Looking at a few guys also in this draft class with Arizona ties. Byron Murphy grew up here. You have him going to Buffalo, number 9 overall. What has he been able to do to separate himself from a very deep defensive group in this draft?
Yeah, so I think it's really close between Byron Murphy, Greedy Williams, and DeAndre Baker for the top cornerback spot. But I think they all have slightly different skill sets. Murphy is the best zone corner, a guy that's what they did at Washington. He had his eyes on the quarterback at all times. His movement skills are fantastic, knows how to just play route concepts, just made a ton of plays on the ball in a scheme that, really he's playing off coverage a lot, and he should be giving up stuff on the underneath routes, but he's just so good at seeing things, breaking on the ball, and getting to the catch point. So I think for certain teams that play a lot more zone, he should be higher up their board. I think Buffalo would be a perfect fit for him at number 9. But when you're talking zone-heavy teams, I think that's Byron Murphy's skill set. Teams that are playing a little bit more press man coverage, I don't think they're going to love him as much. Didn't really do it a whole lot at college, doesn't really have the arm length that's desired. But for certain schemes, I think he should be the top corner on their board.
When looking at N'Keal Harry, he had a lot of different looks when with the Sun Devils. What sort of system and what sort of role do you see him thriving in the NFL?
I think you're looking at more of a possession receiver type of role, a guy that may not separate as well as you like. I mean, there's a big debate right now. How much separation do receivers really need to create, versus their ability to make contested catches? He's obviously big and physical, and he can make really good catches at the catch point. But if that's the number one thing you're doing, I think that's risky at the next level. So I think you need a scheme that might rely on him in the short game where he can use his physicality, but he's got to get a little bit better at separating. And I think he could be a potential red zone weapon. And he's one of those guys that's a little bit quicker with the ball in his hands. So many highlight plays over the last couple of years of him creating yards after the catch. So I think using him in the short intermediate game where you can use his yards after the catch ability, but you just kind of hoping that he's not purely relying on his physical ability to create catches at the catch point. Just has to get a little bit better at route running and creating separation.
ASU defensive lineman Renell Wren had a very good combine, really was one of the strongest rated, especially interior defensive linemen. Just where do you see him going and what role he has at the NFL?
Yeah, he's pretty tall. He's got good size and everything. And I think, Wren just kind of, I don't know if he gets lost in the mix of really good interior defensive linemen, but it's a very good interior defensive line class. I think he's more of a mid-rounder, though I've seen him. I've seen, some people that like him. Some people like him quite a bit. So it looks like a mid-round pick for us at this point, just because it's such a deep class on the defensive interior.
Steve, we appreciate the time and the insight. Good luck the rest of the way as we approach draft day.
Yeah, you got it. Thanks for having me.